The Arena of Dummersville. Valor gained, valor lost. The Arena of Dummersville stood as the heart and soul of the Kingdom of Dummersville, a monumental structure designed not only to hone the martial skills of knights, but to unite the people in a shared reverence for valor, strength, and the honor that was held in the highest esteem by the realm's rulers and citizens. Over the years, it became not only a symbol of the kingdom's military might, but also a cherished place for festivity, intrigue, and civic pride. Its history was deeply intertwined with the kingdom's rise, and its walls bore witness to countless feats of chivalry, courage, and rivalry. The construction of the arena. The arena's origins trace back to the reign of King Elric the Bold, whose ambition was to create a legacy of unparalleled glory. Elric, a monarch of formidable courage and a keen sense of drama, decreed the construction of the grandest arena the kingdom had ever seen. He envisioned a place where knights would compete in tournament-style jousts, sword fights, and other martial disciplines, where skill could be tested, and where the greatest of knights could earn their place among legends. The construction began in the year 750 of the kingdom's calendar, and it was no easy task. The arena was built at the crossroads of several important provinces, accessible to the king's court and all citizens of the realm. Its design was inspired by the greatest colosseums of ancient kingdoms, blending practicality with awe-inspiring grandeur. Master mason Garon Ashwood was tasked with overseeing the project. He drew inspiration from the nearby mountains and forests, using stone from the cliffs and timber from the deepest woodlands to create a structure that would stand 4 generations. The result was an arena with 3 concentric tiers of seating, each rising higher than the last. The lowest tier was reserved for the king, his nobles, and visiting dignitaries, while the upper tiers were for the common folk, ensuring that the people of Dummersville could witness the glories of their champions. The arena was vast, with a colosseum-shaped floor encircled by a high stone wall. At the center stood a grand platform, where the king and his court would watch from a raised dais. A colossal statue of Elric the Bold stood near the entrance, a constant reminder of the kingdom's founder and the legacy of the knights. It was here, amidst the grandeur and spectacle, that knights would face one another, their swords clashing in a roar of steel, their steeds galloping in a thunderous storm, as the king, nobles, and citizens cheered their names. The arena's capacity was enormous, capable of holding 10,000 spectators, and it was said that on special occasions, the roar of the crowd could be heard echoing 4 miles. An awesome name for the arena that embodies pride, glory, and nobility could be. Finalizing the name of the newly constructed arena was no easy task. The king and his advisors, through many meetings, finally settled on a name, the crowned Colosseum of Valor. This name conjures images of a majestic, regal arena, where the greatest knights of the kingdom face each other in battle, striving for honor and recognition. The word crowned evokes the idea of royalty and the king's favor, while Colosseum carries the weight of ancient glory, and valor signifies the bravery and nobility expected of those who compete there. Other potential names up for consideration include 1. The Hall of Eternal Glory. 2. The Arena of the Royal Lance. 3. The Iron Citadel of Honor. 4. The Battlefield of the Blessed. 5. The Radiant Ring of Champions. 6. The Glorious Spire of the Bold. 7. The Celestial Pit of Valor. 8. The Aegis Arena, Aegis meaning shield, symbolizing protection and strength. 9. The Valorant Embrace. 10. The King's Champion Circle. Each name suggests not only the high status of the arena, but also the grand, noble purpose it serves as a place where knights strive for the highest honors in the kingdom. The glory of the arena. The heart of the arena was the arena of eternal combat, where knights would engage in a series of duels, jousts, and grand melee battles. The most prestigious knights could rise through the arena's rankings: A League, B League, C League, and D League, each with its own distinct challenges and honors. A League, the highest and most prestigious league, a league was reserved for only the 50 greatest knights in the kingdom. Knights here were considered the finest warriors, whose skill, honor, and strength had earned them the admiration of the realm. To be placed in this league was to be recognized as a champion of the kingdom, and the glory that came with it was unparalleled. The best knights from a league would often be called upon to defend the kingdom of the highest ranks of the military force, or to participate in special tournaments for the king's favor. Beleague, the 100 knights of Beleague, were still highly respected and fiercely competitive, though they had not yet attained the absolute heights of the League. Many in Beleague were former League knights who had fallen from grace, or up-and-coming warriors who hoped to make their mark and climb to the higher ranks. Sea League, comprising 150 knights. The Sea League was a proving ground for many. It was a place for knights still honing their skills, striving to earn a place among the elite. The competition here was fierce, and victories were hard-earned, but for many knights, Sea League was the starting point of a long career in the tournaments. D League, the remaining knights made up the D League, a place where the most inexperienced or newly inducted knights began their journey. Though the competition was intense, it lacked the prestige of the higher leagues. However, knights in D League could rise through the ranks with enough victories. The special tournaments and prizes. The tournaments held in the arena were legendary. They were not merely contests of strength and skill, but also events of political and social importance. Knights who participated in these tournaments could gain not only personal glory, but also material rewards: gold, fine weapons, lands, and even titles of nobility. There were seasonal tournaments held throughout the year, but the most renowned was the Grand Tournament of the Crown, a grand melee where knights from all leagues fought for the chance to be crowned champion of Dummersville. The tournament's victor would not only gain immense wealth, but also earn the special privilege of the king's personal favor. In this contest, knights fought for the title that was said to grant the holder the favor of the gods themselves. The Orders of Knights. The kingdom of Dummersville was protected and governed by 3 distinct orders of knights, each with its own codes of conduct and duties. These orders were constantly vying for supremacy in both military and political matters. They would often compete in the arena, fighting for the right to control provinces, which granted their order special privileges. The Meridian Order, at the center of the earth. During the first solar eclipse of the 7th Age, the 6 kings of the world empire founded the Meridian Order, which from then on was to protect the weak and control the powerful from horizon to horizon. Throughout the ages, the members of this order were united by their belief in a just world order, and whenever a ruler ruled over his people and the earth's wealth too powerfully and exploitively, the Meridian Order intervened and brought back, even if it had to be done by force, the necessary balance. The Merciful Order. Beyond the extreme center of the Meridian Order, the community of the Merciful only recently split off. They did not always agree with the hard course of the Meridians, and so some apostates founded a new, more moderate order. In the mausoleum of the old Augustus priest, the religious community of those men who renounce its all extremes and have always acted with leniency in spirit came into being. Not always feared by the kings, but as popular with the people as only a savior can be. They show how mercy is really lived. These knights focused on the spiritual and charitable aspects of knighthood. The Merciful Order upheld peace, healing, and the protection of the innocent. They were often seen as the moral compass of the kingdom, their knights taking oaths to protect the weak and ensure justice was served. Although they were not as dominant in battle as the Meridian, their knights often excelled in strategic duels and tactical competitions in the arena. The Lazarus Order, once founded in its darkest hour by Lazarus von Johanningen. This knight was considered the only one who ever rose from the dead. Many lies, legends, and fairy tales entwine around his true figure, because he always hid his face behind an iron mask. In his order, he always called only those who had escaped death at least once, and thus lost their fear of it. So one says to oneself, the members of the order do not fear any enemy, no matter how powerful he is. The Lazarus Knights were a secretive and mystical order. They were experts in both healing magic and the arcane arts, and their knights were feared for their unorthodox methods in both combat and leadership. The Lazarus Order was often at odds with the other two orders, seeking to influence the kingdom through political machinations and their ability to heal and restore the wounded on the battlefield. Their combatants in the arena were often unpredictable, using both magic and combat skills to gain the upper hand. Seasonal events. The arena was a place of festivity, with seasonal events bringing the people of Dummersville together for grand celebrations. In the spring, the Tournament of the Dawn marked the start of the jousting season, where knights competed for the title of Champion of Spring. In the summer, the melee of the solstice brought knights from all orders together to engage in large-scale battles of wits and strength, testing both their physical endurance and tactical acumen. Autumn brought the Feast of the Harvest, where knights and nobles alike gathered for a grand feast in the arena, followed by a series of tournaments to honor the kingdom's bounty. The winter season culminated in the Winter's End Tournament, where knights competed for riches and glory, and the king's court held extravagant banquets to celebrate the end of another year. The Arena of Dummersville stood as a beacon of the kingdom's power and culture, a place where knights earned their place in history through both their swordplay and their dedication to their orders. Over the years, it became not only a center of martial skill, but a symbol of the kingdom's strength, unity, and honor. Knights rose from humble beginnings in the D-League to attain the highest glory in the A-League, their names becoming legends whispered throughout the halls of the arena. Thanks for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. If you want more content like this, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment below letting me know what you think. Until next time, may legends be born.